Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to another video. Today is not a happy video. This is a watch out for this kind of stuff video. And it's not even on the car. Today is actually on the truck. So here's what happened. You might see a peek from behind me there. I go drive the truck, park in the middle of a very well lit parking lot, go inside, come back out 2 hours later, and the taillights are gone. Just totally gone. Nothing else, no scratches, no problems. The truck alarm didn't go off. The app on my phone for the Ford whatever pass thing didn't go off. Nothing. Yeah, taillights are just totally gone. I'll see if I can put a picture in there from the incident, but like the truck is in the middle of a parking lot in a very well-lit area, 1604 in Bandera here in San Antonio. So here's how the truck looks right now. It's yep, it's got absolutely no taillights. They left these just hanging out, just big chilling on both sides. There's one, and here's the other, just big chilling. So yeah, I called the cops and I'm like, hey, my taillights are gone, bro. And the cop was like, yeah, we had this happen 4 times in this one night. And it's a common issue with Fords, specifically this year and this model and stuff. I guess it's the F150s and the F250s. This applies to both. And apparently Ford knows about it and hasn't changed it, and they don't care. I didn't know that. I love my Fords. They've been great. I still love this truck, but having this issue really sucks. So I get Whataburger on the way home because I'm hungry, and I posted, like, while I was in the parking lot eating, the picture of the truck, and a whole bunch of people commented, and they're like, yep, it happens. You're lucky they didn't steal your tailgate, because they could have taken your tailgate as well. I mean, who would have thought you have to protect your truck from your taillights and your tailgate being taken in a nice area of a nice town? Yeah, so the first thing that my buddies Johnny and Daniel said was, oh, like, if you have a bed cover, you'd be safe, because they both have bed covers. They both have F150 Platinums. Same thing pretty much as mine, but they have bed covers, and so you can't get in there behind the tailgate if you have a bed cover. Well, bed cover's like $1,000. Yeah, I could get that. I don't really need it right now though. And so I was like, well, what else is there that I could get? So a little bit later, Raul, or RGH Media on Instagram, one of the guys that does a lot of photography for the car, he commented because he has an F250, and he was like, hey, there's this company called LatchLid. I'll show you in a second. And it's another way, it's like $60 that you can protect your tailgate and the taillights from getting stolen. And it's without getting a bed cover and stuff. You just get these and put them on. So I'm going to show you a little bit more of the process, how I'm going to fix this, what taillights I got. I'll tell you more of the details, and just like, hey, heads up, be careful, because people are stealing taillights and tailgates on these trucks. Okay, so I gotta show this first, that they literally left the bolts in the bed from the tail lights. They literally just left them in there. But here's the spot. If you look right here, there's this hole that goes right by the tailgate, and you can reach in there and get the latch. And then there's also a hole right here, and they can get in there to pull the tailgate down. So once you get the tailgate down, there's literally only 2 bolts, one here and one there, and then the clip, and then boom, your taillights are gone. They broke off one of the tabs or something, and they were trying to get them out. So they literally just rip them. They left all the cords, they threw the bolts back in there, and that's it. There's that hole again, the tailgate, that one there in the middle. I guess they can use a screwdriver to get through there. And then yeah, there's no cover on these latches, so like it's super easy to get a screwdriver right behind there to get in there. So let me show you what I got to fix this. We'll go from there. Okay, so this is the latch lid thing that I got. There's a website, it's latchlid.com. They sell them off of eBay. It's $60, and this is the fix that will not allow people to steal your tailgate or your tail lights. They even left a note there. Seems like a family-run business or something. It's really cool. It's a powder-coated metal bracket. So you got the little logo on there. One for each side, and I'll show you how they go. But basically, it's going to block off with this piece here so that you can't get a screwdriver in the latches and you can't break that thing down. Additionally, there's a cover for the hole here that is in the middle of the tailgate, that one hole I was showing you. And then we're also going to replace, this comes in the kit, the latch lid kit. It comes with bolts that have a special bit, unlike the stock ones, which these are the stock ones that the robbers left in my bed. It's just like a regular 8mm. So these, you have to have this special bit to put those in or out. So even if you do get the tailgate down somehow, then you have to deal with special bolts as well. And if you get them then, well, I might put a camera in the truck as well after this, because I really don't want this to happen again. It's super annoying. I might put cameras in the truck as well. And then after that, I don't know what else to do. I feel like that will be pretty good and repellent. You could even park up with the tailgate up against something in the future just to make sure no one can steal it, because you have to have it down and at an angle up, like 10 degrees up, in order to pull it out and steal the tailgate. But okay, so I'll show you how these go in. We'll go from there. Okay, so I forgot to cover this, but I got new aftermarket taillights to cover, to replace the bad ones. So what I got was the Morimoto Tail Lights. These are the XB LED taillights. They come in a red and they come in a clear. I thought that the red looked a little bit more factory looking. It's just a little bit more blacked out in some areas, and then it's got a little tiny different design here. We can see it better once you get them in the truck. They have adapters for the halogen trucks, for the 15 to 17, and then also the 18 to 20 halogen trucks. But since mine is not a halogen truck stock, then it should be fine. The other part that I forgot to cover about why they steal these is because these trucks have the blind spot monitor system, the BLIS sensor. They have it in this little section here of the taillight, and it's encased in the taillight there. So whenever you pull out that one clip and those two brackets, the sensor and the taillight all comes out. So it's part of why they steal these taillights, is because you get an expensive sensor. The sensor's brand new from Ford. The sensor is like $350 for one. So the taillight is like $600 for one. The sensor, $350 or so for one. And then if you get these headlights and you have your stock taillights, you can transfer over the BLIS sensor. The sensor is programmed to the truck based off of the VIN. So if you don't have the sensor that came with the truck, you can buy a sensor, used or new from Ford, and you can put that in, but then you have to program it to have it talk to the truck. So I'm gonna try to program it using ForSCAN, because I got ForSCAN to help with the car. I got the the cable you need for that, for ForSCAN, and then you just download the software for free. There's a whole bunch of forums and people that have posted the links for like how to do things, and so I'm gonna try to do that. If it doesn't work, then I'll probably have to go to a dealership and pay them to program the BLIS sensors. That's my idea right now. If anybody knows differently what else to do, then let me know. But in theory, that's why people steal these taillights, is because it's about $1,000 for each side, the sensors and the taillight, and then they sell them used on Facebook Marketplace for, I don't know, you could search right now on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm sure you'll see a pair of LED F150 taillights. They're probably listed for like $600, $700, $800, something like that. And they popped them out of someone's truck for free. Maybe it's theirs, but if they're stock ones, maybe it's not. So highly recommend, if you buy one of these trucks, get the latch lid kit, install this, and then maybe also like write or scratch something into the back of the housing of your taillight while you're doing that, so you know it's yours. And if you see them on Facebook Marketplace, you can get them. That's my advice. Okay, so I'm going to show a quick little how-to of putting this latch lid on. So here's the right side to the left side already, just to make sure I knew what I was doing. The right side, going to take the longer of the two screws. The directions are very good at showing you exactly what to do. The longer two screws, throw a washer on it. Take that and put it through the bottom hole of the bracket over here. And then you're going to put the spacer on the back of that. Take the bottom one. This is the shorter of the two of the screws. Bring it with you. Take that whole process. Go over to your truck, unlock it, get the tailgate, bring it down. I'm gonna set one right here, the other one right there, just in prep. And then I'm grabbing a screwdriver with a special bit that goes to those screws. And grab my tail light. Fancy wrap on it and stuff. Oh, there's still. Okay, so you can't mess this up. The clips pretty much have to line up. This groove has to go into that groove. Line those up, click it all the way in. They messed up my clips when they stole my taillights. I love that. I love that for me. Okay, so then you got to push it like all the way over, because there's a little tab right here that has to mount. And then there's two pins back here. So this pin, and that all have to be in the right spot. And then it slides right in. Okay, so then it's just the two bolts that are here. So you take the latch lid on the top part here, slide it over this. Make sure the camera's on. Alright, slide it over that. Make sure the spacer's in there properly. And I'm just going to hand thread that for right now. And then the bottom one, I'm going to grab that and go ahead and put it in. I'm doing this left-handed is rough because I'm not ambidextrous at all. Alright, I'm just going snug. I'm not going super tight. Making sure the bit comes with. Same thing on the top up here. Alright, so then as it gets closer, I'm just pushing it out. There's a little stopper right there that holds the tab exactly in the right place. Oh, and it got stuck. Okay, so that's getting snug. Alright, so then make sure this closes properly. How about that? Got a tail light. Let's hit the button, see what it does. How about that? Okay, so then let me show you on the inside. If I can get my GoPro. Right spot. So now you can no longer get your finger in there without latch goes. It's completely up against it. There's no way you can't get anything in there. I still need to put that cover on the hole right there, but now those latches are covered. Unless you throw a pry bar in there, you shouldn't be able to get those out. And these taillights do look good. This is more blacked out, a little bit darker. They still look decently OEM. Not quite, I mean, they've got a little different design, the 3 bars there. And I guess they do a little bit different sequence. But yeah, how about that? Definitely looking more like a truck again. Okay, so it was actually a little bit of a pain in the ass to get this little piece off here because my truck has the liner on it. Yeah, so like you see here, it's stuck to it. Yeah, so I had to like cut it off. In some sections, some of the bolts were covered in it, but once you get all the bolts off, this hole right here, you're gonna put this through it, and there's a nut that goes on the back, which right here is on this. And so even if you put a screwdriver through, you'd have to have the whole panel off in order to get the nut on the back to spin it off to get access. And this is what they use to hit this tab here to unlock the tailgate. So that also comes in the kit, and that's why we're putting it on. Okay, so this is just set back on here, but as you can see, that hole is now covered and the Phillips head is actually slightly off center, which I love. So it'd be very hard to get to that unless you take off all the back bolts here, and then you can get to that bolt there and then pull it up. So definitely more of a deterrent. It might not be perfect, but it would definitely take them longer. And then if I have a camera on the truck that's filming everything, it'll definitely catch you by the time you get through all of those bolts. And then the cops can catch you. So yeah, I think we're wrapping up here. Okay, so wrapping up here, everything was looking pretty good. Got all those all tightened down. That hole's covered in there. Those latch lids are on there. It closes just as good as it did before. Let's see if I can lock it. And lights turn on. How about that? So, if you want to protect your truck, this is what I would recommend doing. If you want to do even more, also get a bed cover and then get cameras on your vehicle and park it somewhere safe. Otherwise, just put your windows down and let them take your stuff and hopefully they get bored. Anyways, I plan to do a review on the truck whenever I finish everything getting fixed up, which the next thing to do is to get the BLIS sensors in, to get them calibrated and to get them working again with the vehicle. Once that's done, then it should be back to 100%. I'm sure that right now there's going to be a error on the dash saying that it's not working because the sensors aren't plugged in. But other than that, I now have taillights I can drive legally. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you stole my taillights, you better watch out because I carry. Have a nice day.